So I'm sure you clicked on this video because you're trying to figure out how the heck in the world all these YouTubers, videographers, photographers getting so much work and you struggling here can't even get one client. I'm not even talking consistent client, high-paying client, but nothing, zero. So trust me, I've been in the same situation before and I think I kind of figured it out. And if you think there's a secret sauce and if you watch this video, tomorrow you will get hundreds of clients paying you a lot of money, I will have to disappoint you because this does not happen overnight. However, I will give you a lot of tips how to jumpstart your career, and I promise if you follow them, you will get a lot of good, consistent clients. So let's get to the video. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little sequence. This video was actually done by me for a company none other than Rolls Royce in 2022. This is still pretty crazy to me, so let me tell you more about it, how this happened, and maybe some things that you can take away from my experience and learn at any moment. If you get bored in this video or if your topic is not covered that you are looking for, feel free to scroll for your convenience. I made the markings on YouTube video just like on every other video I do, and just skip to the point that you need. So before you reach out, before you send that first cold call to the company, there are some things you have to do if you want to success. So I have 4 tips before you even get started. So first things first, you have to have your own website. You have to have your portfolio where you put all your work, your best work. You have to have a reel where you put it on your homepage, and then your videos, photos, everything structured. If you work with some other brands, list it all in there. If you shot for anybody, for anything, put it all in there, put all your best work. Don't overflow it with like bunch of crazy videos, but just keep it to like maybe 5-10 videos at the most. In my opinion, I think that's the best number because nobody will watch all your 300 videos. Everybody wants just to see the best stuff. So make sure the video on top, of course, or the photos are your best work. Now, tip number 2, be present on social media. I'm talking about everything, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. You need to have your own brand and spread your brand awareness. Companies love to see your work, but they also love to see behind the scenes. They want to see who are you. They want to read about you if there are any articles. If you have friends, ask them to film behind the scenes. Ask them to film your gear, post as often as you can. Pretty much what I'm doing right now. So I'm making videos about how to make videos, but at the same time my clients see me being active and see me being using cool gear, and they love that. And they want to hire me instead of somebody else who's not active, who's not responding, who does not even have their presence on social. Tip number 3, create media kits. Those are landing pages on your websites. Those are romanmorichuk.com/something. You have to separate your media for your clients. So for example, if you're reaching out to a bike company, you don't want to send your weddings there. So what I usually do, I have a bunch of media kits, bunch of different pages where I separate my work. Even though it's all product photography, product commercials, you want to have some separation, some kind of separation where you reach out maybe to a power station battery brand. You don't want the bike videos in there. You want to have similar content with similar brands that you would present to this company, and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, they work with Nike and we are Adidas, so we should hire them. Well, and tip number 4. This one is kinda, I don't know, it depends. It depends on what point of the career you are, but I would recommend to film for free. I would recommend to create content for free. There is a fine line because this is happening a lot right now, especially in exchange of products and stuff, and a lot of companies actually do take advantage of that. And a lot of people out there do want to work for free to get their feet in the game, but don't just do it for free or price super low. That will kind of ruin the market and there will be no competition because, well, Billy can do it for free and somebody else can do it for 50 bucks. Why should I pay this person $5,000? You have to be unique about your content, you have to be good at it, and you have to show your work. But what if you don't have any work? What if you haven't worked with Nike or Adidas? Create spec ads. Before I even started created commercials, I created an ad with a Mercedes. And guess what? So many times when I asked the company why did they hire me, they were like, oh, you work for the Mercedes, and their ad was sick. I didn't work for them, I tell them the truth. I just made a spec ad and I actually reached out to Mercedes. Maybe they didn't want to work with me after it, but I created a fake commercial, a spec ad, and I showcased my work. That's it. It doesn't have to be real. Find a product in the house that you like, create a commercial about it. Find a coffee shop in your area that you like, create a commercial about it, create a video about it. Find a friend who has a wedding, or I don't know, whatever they are doing, creating something, film that, post it online. That is your portfolio. Well, so now you got your portfolio ready, your website, social media presence, all the good stuff out of the way. So how do you actually get clients? Well, I got 7 tips for you how to actually get that email response with yes, take my money. Tip number 1, when you reach out, no matter how you reach out to the company or whoever you want to work with, make sure you reach out to the right person. You need to reach out to marketing, to a person who is responsible for content creation for that brand, for collaborations and so on. So for example, when you do send out the email, and that is like the worst email to send the email to, but that's if your only option to send the email to info@company name, don't pitch yourself in there. Ask for somebody who is responsible or somebody from marketing and then go from there. I know it's an extra step, but it's crucial to get your first contact in the company. Tip number 2, don't just reach out on the website. Reach out to all the sources that are out there. So for example, if the company is present on Instagram, if the company is present on Facebook, message them on Instagram, message them on Facebook, email them from the website, fill in the form, literally spam them everywhere. And a lot of times it will actually work because if you send an email, it might just go to the support, but somebody who's on Instagram actually might be a person from marketing, and you pretty much talking to the right person right off the bat. Tip number 3, when you send out that pitch, cold call, you have to create custom emails. What I usually do, I research the company website first. I research what they have. In your case, it might be a local shop, whatever you are trying to reach out about. But for example, if you're trying to get business and get into commercial world, shooting ads and all that, you want to find out what's the company's good at and what is it lacking. So for example, lots of companies I would go and I see they have good photos, but for example, they don't have a lot of videos. So that is something you can tell the company, be like, okay, I love your product, I love the photos you guys have, but I feel like you would benefit from me, from my agency, creating a lot of video work for you, because it's as important and not even more to create videos, not just photos nowadays. And there, before you even started the conversation with the person who's responsible, you already providing the value to the company for free. You pretty much analyze the website, you analyze the company, and give them their feedback. Actually, companies do acknowledge that, and a lot of times they want to hear feedback from outside world in some pair of fresh eyes. So you, being a pair of fresh eyes, can tell them, this is good, this is bad. This is how I can make your company better. Hire me. So I would just go to Google Docs and create a couple custom emails I would send out to different segments of companies that are out there. and each email could be similar, but don't just spam and send out the same email to everyone. It's pretty much going to be probably ignored. Now, tip number 4, when you reached out, you did all your work, all is done, and you just sitting there and waiting. Sometimes that email just got lost in the mail. Sometimes that person didn't have time to reply. So your job now is to follow up. In about 2 weeks or so, follow up to those companies. Make an Excel list of all the companies you send the emails to, and make sure to follow up and be like, hey, how are you? How's it going? I sent you an email the other day. What do you guys think? Maybe you are releasing a new product that you need a video about. Maybe 2 weeks ago they didn't need anybody and they lost your contact. And now you're back there again in their inbox. Tip number 5. Well, somebody finally replied to you and like, hell yeah, let's get this. And this is the most annoying part, where the companies ask you, well, can you do this for us for free? And as I said before, you should be doing some work for free. Let's say if Mercedes reached out to me right now, heck yeah, I would do it for free. Let's say if I didn't work with no one, hell yeah, I would work for free. But sometimes if you have a good portfolio, you have a lot of work in the same field, and if the company is asking for work for free, that's kind of taking advantage right there. I mean, the reason they should be asking to work for free because they want to see how you work. But if you have a list of projects that you did in the past that are like amazing and they're very similar to the same company you're reaching out right now, you shouldn't be doing this for free. But again, it depends. Like sometimes even now, I still work for free if I love the company and I want to see where it takes me. Because a lot of times you don't know, maybe the company is not ready just yet, but once they see their video with their product, they will be willing to put the money then. So if you do decide to work for free, go all out. Like literally make the best video you ever could imagine and show them that video. And then from there, see what happens. Tip number 6, when the company is already willing to work with you and they are asking how much is your work, my number 1 tip in here, I would always say ask for budgets. Sometimes you don't know how much is the company willing to pay, and trust me, a lot of times it's actually more than you were willing to ask them. So asking for budgets is very good because you can get a ballpark price. How much money is the company willing to spend on the project? If they don't tell you the price, of course, it's your call, now you make up the price. If they do tell you the budget is, let's say, $5,000, it's safe to say you can ask them 25% more. I would go for like $6,000, $7,000 or whatever, and they will be paying for it. But it's always good to mention, why are you going to be charging such and such amount? Because they will have questions. What are you going to give us for $7,000? So you want to make sure, okay, we have 2 models in the video. We're going to have 5 locations. We will have licensed music. We will have free revisions and blah, 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 blah. So the bigger the value of those points in your project is, the more money the company will be willing to spend with you. Well, in tip number 7, don't underestimate the company. Sometimes it's literally the opposite way. The bigger companies are cheap, the smaller companies are willing to spend money, and they might be acting and communicating to you not even in professional manner. And I've had a lot of experience like that. But at the end, those are the clients that give you less headache, and they're the easiest to work with, and they pay the most. So don't underestimate the company, don't underestimate the people who work there. Those are just the people just like you who work there and get paid. So they might not be in a good mood, whatever, today, but tomorrow, who knows what, they back in business. Well, if you watch this video all the way till here, let me tell you a little bit of story time, how I actually got to work with Rolls Royce. No, it's not. So if you're an active subscriber of my channel, I'm pretty sure you know that I work with a lot of bike companies, with a lot of power station companies, and one of my projects was to film a video for an e-bike company. So I had to find a model who would act in it, and I had to have a professional. So I had to have somebody who knows how to ride bikes. So I found this guy on Instagram. He was like, yeah, what's up, man? Let's do it. He was super interested. We filmed the video. Turns out the guy works in, you guessed it right, in Rolls Royce. And I was like, wow, that's cool. We talked about it, and actually he works in the department where they produce batteries and boats and all kinds of crazy stuff, motors. I edited the video and he loved the video. So from there, that's where the story began. He showed the video to his marketing team. Marketing needed some content here in Miami, and we created a story actually around him as an employee working in Rolls Royce and doing 3D printing. So it was almost like a mini documentary, and it was kind of interesting because I actually just had to film, shoot, and handle them raw content. and they were pretty specific about it. It had to be either C-Log, S-Log 2 or 3, 10-bit color, and all the good fun stuff. So from my experience, it was a really cool project. It was a little different from all the other shoots that I do. It was a little bit more control from the company because they actually flew in here and we had to scout the location. And then the next day, we actually spent the whole day shooting, and this was only like 7 clips that I have to do, which was pretty crazy. And we had to reshoot every clip like, I don't know, 10 times, but I would say it was worth it, and it was also good to have some extra eyes, because some things that I would not see, other people would see, and we would have to reshoot, and we would make the video this time better because I didn't notice something, and then maybe somebody else noticed something. And yeah, everybody was happy at the end, and the video you saw in this video was actually my version of the video. If you want to see the video Rolls Royce edited, their agency edited in Germany, feel free to click the link under the description. This was a corporate video, so it didn't need to be as epic as I made it. But anyways, I hope you like it. Don't forget to also like this video. It always helps. Don't forget to leave your comments below. If you are in the industry, I would love to hear your opinion, your comments, your tips, how to get your foot in the game, how to get more clients. I would love to learn actually something from you. Well, as always, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Peace.